All right. Good evening, folks. How y'all doing tonight? That was Tom T. Hall. How many have you heard of Tom T. Hall? A famous, world famous singer songwriter. And the gentleman was from right here in Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky to be exact, in a place called Olive Hill. Actually, he was from a place called Tick Ridge, Kentucky. We just done a little research on Mr. Tom T. Hall, and a lot of people have heard of Tom T. And a lot of people call him the storyteller. And that's something East Kentucky has a lot of rich history with, is country music artists. US 23 right here in Eastern Kentucky is named the Country Music Highway because there's all kinds of country artists that were from the areas up and down that highway. So how's everyone doing tonight? There's a little bit of Kentucky history, singer-songwriter type history. Everybody, I'm sure, has heard of Tom T. Hall. If you haven't, you have now. And that was one song I know he at least sung, and it was sung by a lot of different bluegrass artists. And Tom T. Hall himself started out as a bluegrass artist. Another song I could have played tonight, also titled Fox on the Run, was a song by Sweet that came out in 1975. Some of y'all would probably remember that song too. But that was more of a rock tune, rock ballad, I guess you'd say. See who's with us tonight. There's Mount Keppert Outdoors. He said no music, no music. Yeah, we had a little hiccup at the beginning, but we'll not address it too much because, you know, we have our hiccups sometimes. It's no big deal. But we just kind of forgot to share the screen, and that's why y'all wasn't hearing music at the start. But we do appreciate you stopping by tonight, saying hello, and being with us for the duration of this episode of Dynamite Live. Saturday night coming your way. But yeah, we're still streaming. We're still doing a weekly live stream the best we can. Sometimes we might miss a week here and there. It's no big deal because, you know, we have the day job. We do work, 4 or 5 and a half days a week or so, something like that, 50 or 60 hours a week. And it's at the local hardware store, guys. And we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight, too, about shopping local. Wherever it is you might live, do you believe in that? Answer that question right now, if you will, in the chat before we start saying hello to everybody. Do you believe in shopping local? I do. I do myself. There's Miss Debbie Gronlin. She joined us. Hello to you, Debbie. There's Hunting and Stuff with J&J. Good deal. Mark J. Larson Outdoors. Good to see you there, brother. Mark J. Larson has a great hunting and trapping channel. Maybe does a little fishing from time to time. But good to see you here. So most of us here tonight, even Miss Debbie Gronlin is a content creator. She posts great pictures over there on Frontier Survival Friends. So looks like we got a lot of content creators in the house tonight. Make sure you let us know that we are sounding all right. There's James Goodpasture, my brother-in-law. He says, "How you doing, brother-in-law?" And I said, "Howdy, how are you, James?" Good to see you there. Thanks for stopping in. But I guess we are sounding all right. Everything looks all right. We always want to know that. So everybody saying hello to everybody. Yep. All we do is shop local. That's right. Mount Keppert Outdoors. But that's the thing. And most everybody in their local town probably has a small hardware store or some type of place to get building supplies without going to the big box, supply house. But the thing is, and we'll go ahead and get into that right now, is when you go to the big box supply house to get lumber, plumbing supplies, a pound of nails, whatever it might be. Now, this is just in my local area. I don't know about everybody else. But, and James Goodpasture probably can attest to this. I don't know if he's had the same experience or not, but if you go to those places, the ones like Lowe's or some like, there's Menards and places like that. Now, the Lowe's here, the local Lowe's home improvement store, you go in there and years and years ago you would go in there and you would find an expert that knew what they were talking about, whatever it is you might had a project going, whether it be a plumbing project or if you're hanging trim or whatever. And they would be able to tell you, direct you into where to go to find what it is you need. Now you can't go in there and even have someone be able to direct you to find what you need. They'll get out their phone and start looking at something, some type of app or something like that. And it's cool, but I'm just getting ready to say that, at the local hardware store I work at, it's been in business for over 70-some years. It still operates on that true customer service value. I do. I try to be as applied as I can be, as helpful as I can be, and just an all-around great salesperson. Russell Sperry, good to see you, sir. I'm not sure if I've ever met you, but good to see you, Russell. My town only has 3,000 people, but I almost always shop local. Well, I'm not sure if the little town I live in has that much. It might be close to that. That's right. No one to help you at the Lowe's Home Improvement. Yep, in our local area. You're right there, James. That was just something I've had thoughts of discussing about. Now, we're not talking much about the outdoors, but when you're talking about shopping at your local hardware store, most of the time you're getting products that you're going to be using in the outdoors, whether you're building a deck or dog house or whatever it is you might be, most of the time, right? So, yeah, we're not talking about hunting, fishing, trapping, survival, or anything like that tonight. We might get into that a little bit later, but we're just giving a little rant on our thoughts about how great it is to shop at the local mom and pop places. Because if you think about it, it's hard to say how long those places will still be around. It really is. With the emergence of the W's, the big W, the Wally Worlds and the Lowe's and all that, without getting into a whole lot of names because we don't want to get too political here, but it lies within the government and politics, the way things are going. And even at the local place I work at, it's still seen its increase in pricing and stuff like that we've seen over the last few years, especially since the start of the pandemic and all. There's Mr. Tom Ritter. He said, hello, welcome to Ace. What the hell can you do for me, lumber? Tom Ritter, he's joking with me over there. Thanks for joining me, Tom, brother Tom Ritter. Good to see you. But yeah, it's crazy, and the thing is the local places. I'm right there behind the counter most of the day when a person might come in, a customer, where I work. It's a True Value branch of a True Value company. It wasn't always. It always operated under the name of Frederick and May Lumber Company. I'm sure that the owners don't mind me talking about the company because it's still in business, and it's a little bit of advertising, I guess you'd say. But it's been around forever, and it's a good sized store, and we got plenty of products when it comes to plumbing or electricity or just maybe you want to buy some dog bedding for your dog, like cedar chips or pine shavings or something like that. So you can even do that. All right, let's catch up with the chat here. Just a second, we'll continue on with our little talk here. Natalie Blackfeather joins. Good to see you, Natalie. Appreciate you being here. Grits and Glamour. What are they saying here? So now that Walmart put mom and pop out of business, have a hard time finding mom and pop places in my town. Well, see, that's the thing. The place I work is probably one of the last few of mom and pop stores in the town I live in. Now, there's plenty of Dollar Generals, and I guess the Dollar General is the precursor of the old general store, the old mercantile that you might see on shows like Little House on the Prairie or the Waltons. Remember those? See, those were good places to go to. And, we still have a few around on the outskirts in the rural areas of the county I live in, little small gas station type, small grocery type stores. A place maybe you can go in and get a pack of smokes or a can of chew or a drink or whatever it might be. Those places still exist somewhat in my little town and in the county I live in Eastern Kentucky, but they're few and far between and not owned by Americans, that's for sure. They used to be, but not anymore, if you know what I'm saying. Without getting too political. Guys, we got 14 in the house tonight. Thank you all for joining me. Make sure you hit that thumbs up before you leave or before you come in or while you're here. Tell me if you're enjoying it tonight, and we'll continue on. The CEO, Tom Harris says, hi guys, good to see you. Russell Spears says, if they are forced to go to a Lowe's or something like that, I won't hesitate to get on to the PA to get assistance in whatever empty department I'm in. Well, that's fine too. The thing is not everybody knows when they're going into a Lowe's or say even the local hardware store knows what they need. They know they might have a problem. They know they have a plumbing problem or electrical problem, but they don't always know what they need. So it's good to have some people employed there that have a little knowledge, because not everybody, we have our contractors that come in and handymen, and of course they go straight to what they need. And, if you're out of something they need, they'll let you know it too. But, we try to keep everybody supplied. The thing is, the local big box Lowe's store that near where I live isn't too far away. 25 minutes or so, in 2 or 3 different directions, 25, 30 minutes, maybe 40, you can find the Lowe's. So I'm in a rural area, but maybe not that rural. I'm 25 minutes from a local state university in an area called Moorhead, Kentucky, Moorhead State University. Of course, the University of Kentucky is nearby in Lexington, an hour and a half or so away. So I'm close to some major cities and minor metropolitan areas, but still, at the moment, live in a rural area, but can get to places, fairly quickly. But that being said, it's something about going into a 75-year-old hardware store and knowing that you'll have someone there to let you know what it is you need. You just give them a few details and boom, I know exactly what you need. Let's go get it. You know what I mean? Palmetto Cats. Woo! Howdy, folks, he says. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Northern Girl Hobbies. Good to see you tonight. Hello. Not sure how I linked up with your channel. Via whom, I should say. Organizing Seeds. Happy Saturday. What are you saying there, Northern Lights? Were you already subscribed and you got a notification saying I was live, so you figured you'd join us? Is that the deal, Northern Girl? I know I've seen that channel name before. So there's some way we're linked up. I'm not sure either, but either you are already subscribed or you subscribed and you want to come in and see what was going on. Dutch hates Walmart with a passion. Well, you know what? I can say that, there's times where I do. Now, I have purchased a lot of things from Walmart that, that help me out with content creation, different things like that. This laptop right here came from Walmart that I'm using right now. And it's just it's a Chromebook is all it is. But I think for the most part, when I watch my lives back, there's decent clarity. Everything looks decent. Sound and everything's all right. So you never know. You just got to watch it. But, I can go into Walmart and buy the things I need if I have to. But do I want to? Not necessarily. But see, the thing is like, say, even where I work at the hardware store, we don't always, carry dog food. So I'd have to go to a Dollar General or a Walmart to buy that. Different things. No Walmart there locally for you. No Walmart for Debbie Gronlin either. That's right. Dutch Blackfeather, they live way out there in the sticks. So it's a day outing for them. Long drive just for some fast food. That's the thing is some places, closest fast food is Hardee's. Yeah, but fast food's no good for you. It's good sometimes, maybe to treat yourself. Burger King is good, Natalie. I was always, Mandy too. Mandy, Miss Mandy, a lovely wife. She loves a good Whopper. She really does. Whoppers are probably the best burger in my opinion. Now, Hardee's burgers are decent. I always liked a good Frisco burger from Hardee's. Or a mushroom and Swiss burger. How many of y'all like mushroom and Swiss burgers? Anybody ever tried one? All right, we talk enough about the local shops, but always shop local. And if you got local shops, whether it be a grocery store, a hardware store, around here, what we used to call them, nowadays they might say gas station, but back in the day, here in East Kentucky, it was always called a filling station. That's where you go fill it up, right? They check your oil, check your fluids. I don't know where you see that anymore. Full service filling station, gas station. Miss Tina, how you doing there? Miss Tina Ladybug, good to see you. How you doing? James Goodpasture, he says, how the boy tonight? The boy's asleep right now. Where's, hey James, where's your Tina at? Your better half. Mushrooms and Swiss are yummy, Debbie Garland said. But we do appreciate each and every one of you coming in tonight. We talked a little bit about that. Now, I want to go ahead and say this. I didn't throw this disclaimer out like I should have beforehand. We kind of went on that little rant about shopping local. Now, I don't mean to offend anybody that might work at a local box store. So, if you missed it, I didn't really go on no rant. It's just it's the place where I work. It's still a good place to get customer service, but my experience at the places, the big box stores, there's people there that really don't know what they're doing anymore, and it's just hard for them. If you can't find what you're looking for, they really don't know either. Miss Tina Goodpasture is right beside James with the other boy watching me. Well, that's all right. Appreciate it. The Hardee's Classic with onions is good too, Dutch. I agree with that. But, things are going good here as far as it is with this Frontier Survival YouTube side of the Frontier Survival brand. We always check our analytics. At least, every other day or every couple of days, and views are up, things like that. So it's all good. I mean, the thing is I always just like have fun with my core group that comes and joins us most every Saturday night or whatever time it is we live stream. And the thing is if I'm live streaming right here, if I'm live streaming over on Facebook, or maybe even Instagram, a lot of people that's here tonight will be right there when I'm going live on Facebook or when I'm going live on Instagram. So that's the thing is we're going to do this thing this year, trying to do a multi-platform streaming network. Maybe one day we do Facebook, one day we do Instagram, one day we do YouTube, and then mash that together. We got gear review videos coming your way. You all know that. We've talked to you about that. We're still in post-production on that, getting things going, but we're going to have a couple gear review videos to drop within days of each other. So like one might drop one day, it's actually already in the can and scheduled, and then we'll have another one that we're still working on some edits, and that will be coming your way just a day or two right after that. So that's cool that we're dropping that stuff, real fast like that where you can, you'll get views on both, within a due time. See, that's the thing is a lot of times you'll get a bunch of views, but have you ever had one of those videos that just continue getting views? And I know a lot of you that's here tonight that make videos have, of course. You might have done it 6 or 8, 10 months ago, but, today you go look and you're still getting, 20, 30, 5, 6, whatever views on it. I mean, that's cool, to have videos with that longevity. Sometimes you do videos, you might see a big increase in views, especially like shorts. Shorts, what I've noticed on shorts, and it's touch and go on that. I'm not sure if tags really matter. I tag it. Maybe sometimes I think I might use the wrong tags or whatever, and they might not get as many views as, say, what this other one did. But, shorts are looking up, 1,000, 2,000 views on some. Some of them only have 600. Some only have 80. I mean, it's just weird how that works, But over the last month and a half, we have had probably the most growth we've had on YouTube after hitting, getting to that 1K mark. As far as a big gain in subscribers, we're talking like 100 and some subscribers over the last month and a half. Now, that's my biggest gain. Some of y'all out there might have had bigger gains than that. But it's still a milestone for me, and that's what I'm glad about. Views as well, and hours, things like that. So it's all looking good. We're looking good over there on Facebook, the Frontier Survival Friends group. The Facebook group over there is doing real well. Hello, Tina Goodpasture. There she is. And there's Miss Mandy. She's jumping in here. She says, hello, everyone. Miss Mandy's in there watching little boy, baby boy. And she's also saying hello to her sister there, which is Miss Tina Goodpasture. But, so everything's looking good as far as what we try to do to keep you all entertained, keep videos coming your way for you to watch, whether it be here, Instagram, YouTube. Did I say YouTube? Here, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, even Twitter. We work Twitter a little bit. And, just recently we just started doing TikTok. And over there is really nothing about the outdoors. It's just my hillbilly lifestyle and sitting there lip syncing music to you. And some people say I do pretty good at that as far as the way it looks. Looks like I'm actually singing a song most of the time. My lips are moving real well with what's going on there. Mandy's saying hello to Jim. But, and I've always told you all this, I just enjoy doing it. I enjoy creating content, video format, audio, whatever it might be, just talking to you all. I mean, think about it, guys. If you really want to think about it, I'm sitting right now in a room by myself, even though virtually I'm coming at you all, talking to a room of people. We got 15 in here. If I was sitting in this room with 15 people talking to y'all, it'd be about the same, right? But actually, in all reality, I'm right here by myself and my lovely wife in the next room on the phone watching in the chat as well. So it's if you think about it, it's kind of odd that someone would enjoy doing that. But in the meantime, you got to think about that I got a group of people here that's watching me like they would be watching their own television show or something like that. But it's just how it is. I look at things differently, I guess. Northern Girl Hobby says, later folks, enjoy your content creating on Saturday evening. All right, thank you for joining us. Come back and see us when you can. Blackwater sounds better. What's that? Did we miss something? Keep doing good things and grow good food. All right. We got somebody named Hang Tough in the house with us tonight. Good to see you. Let's see here. I think I might have... Oh, Mandy misspelled Dutch's name. I see what's going on there. Blackwater. there's actually a place, Dutch, right here near us. I was talking about Moorhead, Kentucky. There's Cave Run Lake in Moorhead, Kentucky. It's part of the Daniel Boone National Forest. And there's a little place off the lake, just right here in the county I live in, called Blackwater. And that's where a lot of people used to go and skip school when it was time to skip school. And they would do dives and stuff and swim. Oh, Tina said making plans for a camping trip. Yeah, camping's good. Yep. Ain't nothing wrong with making plans to do something like that, you know. Figure out different things that you might take as far as a kit. Now, if you're talking about camping, you know, actually, you know, say in a tent or, you know, maybe tent camping at a campground. You know, that's roughing it, but I mean, the thing is, you know, you got to watch. You get light. You would have some light and stuff like that at a place like that. Now, if you go wild camping way back in the sticks, where there may be no security lights or nothing like that, that's when you'll figure out, you know, how tough you might be. Yep, actual camping. There you go. Yeah, I think I seen you post some type of video or something on that old barn there, James. I watched that there, I think on your Facebook page or something, but I guess it was the same barn. I know you was telling me about it. Yeah, I done a little post on the Facebook group there talking about what they used to use to make red barns, you know, because I'm not saying all barns are red because we know they're not. Because I've seen black barns, I've seen barns painted white, I've seen barns not painted at all. But a lot of times you'll see red barns, and what that was, you know, was rust and different things to put together to paint the barn red, you know, and it give it that red look. It wasn't really red paint, but it give it that red look because of the rust and stuff back in the day. Yep, same barn, all right. You got that right, Dutch. Old barns are great, and that's another thing that, especially here in East Kentucky and a lot of other states now, you know, you don't see it, but tobacco used to be a big crop here in East Kentucky, and that's something a lot of people use barns for, is to hang their tobacco in to let it dry and let it cure out before they stripped off the leaves and baled it up to take it to sale. Hang tough. Yeah, you're right. Yep, I knew this. He says YouTube is focusing advertising revenue on shorts, pushing him hard. I don't even use tags or description anymore. Yeah. Yep, I did know that. Yep, that's why we've been throwing the shorts out there a little bit more than we had in the past. Let me see here if we're going to share another screen here with you real quick. Get something ready to present to you. What we were talking about there. Here you go. Right there. Let's see. Well, right here, Facebook. What we done here with our personal Facebook page, guys, is we started it as a professional page. So now it just shows followers. But if you're a friend of mine, you're a friend of mine on there, you know, no big deal. But now it's showing, you know, followers instead of friends. But that lets us be able to post reels and things like that. And, you know, people can, what they call stars. It's like Facebook's equivalent of super chats or something like that, but one star is 1 penny. So if a person sent 50 stars, then they sent 50 cents, you know, things like that. But, you know, but we wanted to show you what we got going on here. Let's see if we can find, let's see. There's Miss Debbie Grolin has commented on this picture. Trying to see, can't find it no more. Let's see here. Where is I don't know where it's at. Let's see. Groups. There we go. Just going to try to find a post here that we had going on. Let's just this. We get all kinds of great people posting on here, so I try to keep the Pakistani knife picks out. We've been trying to weed them out. We've got a few of them in the group, and I don't know. We just kind of got tired of seeing all that stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, let's see. Where was that barn post? That's what I wanted to show you. I can't hardly remember what it was to you. I knew it was rust, but I wanted to find out exactly what it was that I seen in there. I got to scroll down here and find it. There we go. All right. Why are barns red? You know, it says hundreds of years ago, farmers painted their barns with that's what it is, linseed oil, to help seal it, right, to keep the wood protected, keep it from rotting. Rust was mixed in with the oil to keep fungi and moss from growing on the wood. There you go. This turned the oil red. Barns today are still painted red in honor of that tradition. Well, there you have it. That's why some barns are red. But that's not, because we always know that all barns aren't red. So, the question is, why are barns red? Okay, now we got to figure out why black barns are black. I guess. Because I know I've seen those. But another post here we wanted to talk about, another thing we wanted to bring up tonight. And we thought this was something kind of cool to bring up. We posted this little meme or whatever it is you want to call it earlier today. And right here. And it says this. It said we asked the members what their thoughts are on this. This is something that we was going to touch on tonight. That's what I posted there. It says every high school should have a mandatory class called Life, which teaches you how to sew, grow a garden, cook from scratch, preserve food, change a tire, do taxes, provide first aid, basic things that you need in real life. And, some of that's agreeable upon. But the thing is do you know that even though this post says that they should teach this in high school, I can remember having like a home ec class to where we learned some sewing skills and cooking skills back in the day. Do they not have that anymore? There was an auto mechanics class, so I'm sure you would maybe learn how to change a tire and that, maybe. Now, taxes and things like that, first aid, I can understand that. But do you know that they don't really, or at least in this area that I know of, they do not teach cursive handwriting anymore in school, from what I understand. And then the reason being is because nobody writes anymore. It's the computer age, so everybody types out letters or types emails, and it's just sent electronically. Nobody really has to sign anything anymore because people can sign electronically. You know what I mean? So that's another thing I wanted to touch on tonight. That little post there, and should we be teaching that in school? Or should that start at home? Should those skills be started at home? I think that's where it should be started, in my opinion, right? Parents should teach those skills at home. Some of those skills I would learn in school. Like I said, I had a home ec class. I learned how to sew a little bit, but I already knew how because my grandmother taught me how. She'd show me how to use a sewing machine. At one time, I used to work at a sewing factory. Now, I didn't do a whole lot of the sewing, but I got hired because I'd done well on the sewing. But what I did was a lot of, putting grommets. What it was firefighter uniforms. And, I'd done that little machine that put like grommets and buckles and D-rings on the coats and things like that. Yeah, there was metal and wood shop back in the day. You're right. Oh, there's Greg O'Day. How you doing? Geo Outdoors. Good to see you, brother. Caches are good to have. Hang Tough is asking me if I believe in burying caches. Yeah, if you have your own property. Uh, I don't know if I'd want to bury one, 20 miles out of the way. But I mean, and me and Dutch Blackfeather talked about this. If you have like a permanent or semi-permanent camp, you might have some property that you own, and you can do that, or maybe someone's letting you use property, and you can set up something like that, and you can keep things at that permanent camp that you might not have to take every time. You know what I mean? Or bury it, or whatever. That way, nobody else will get a hold of it that might come across it. Tina said, "Yep, half the year was cooked, the other half was sewing." That's right. And then they had specialty classes. I remember like creative foods and things like that. Miss Debbie still writes letters, and there's nothing wrong with that. No, I'm just saying, and that's great. That's great. You should still write letters. But I don't think they teach cursive handwriting anymore in school because, at least that's what I was told by some teachers, is because this computer age, I mean, I still write that. I still write notes, but I could go to my phone and just get a note app to put on my phone. But at work, I still write them down on a sticky note or a memo pad. Notes about things I might have to remember as far as customers and things that they might have ordered or things like that. I still write it down on the memo pad, but I could actually just go to a notepad thing on my phone and just type it in. But I still write it down. I still jot it down. Oh, I've run into many like that can't read an analog clock or watch. Yeah, those hands don't mean nothing to them. I know what you mean, brother. Or tell them to look at a rotary phone. Well, yeah, you're right. Other survival skills, any survival skills at all, need to be taught. You're right, Miss Tina. And I know Dutch does. He says he teaches his youngins every day, and yeah, they do. His two young boys, him and his wife, Miss Natalie, who's in the chat as well, they do real well by them boys. They're smart, smart. If you don't believe me, one of Dutch's sons, there's some shorts where they're out on an outing and out in the woods, and he's showing Dutch deer sign tracks and whatnot. So yeah, young man has got a great mentor, and like I told him the other day, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, right? Woman Outdoors, good to see you there, joining us. Good to see you. Hey Frontier, the stranger is paying you a visit. Well, that's all right. You jump in. I always thought maybe you were always here, you just never did speak up and chat or something. That's all right. No, appreciate you, Woman Outdoors, for being here. Anybody in the chat doesn't have Woman Outdoors as a channel, if you're not subscribed to her and you'd like to, go check her out. We might have someone that can drop links. That's what it's tonight. If they feel like it, if not, it's easy. Just search Woman Outdoors. She'll pop right up. Yep, Miss Tina. I forgot about that. Miss Tina actually worked there too. Yeah. Yep. Did a little everything in those firefighter uniforms. Yeah, but Navy lines was the hardest. Yep, she done real good work up there. Me and Tina worked in a lot of different places together. We used to make plastic car parts at a molding factory too. And Woman Outdoors, her dad taught her how to fish, hunt, camp, because your brothers were wussies. Oh, well, that happens sometimes. You're not the only one. I've run into some young men on my journey, even older men, that didn't have a whole lot of grit, a whole lot of backbone. done things they shouldn't have. Yeah. Well, that's good to hear. Geo Bushcraft said he gave up smoking. Well, that's great to hear. Been a week today, but drinking is a different story. Well, one down, one to go, huh? I don't know. Hey, you'll do all right. That is good to hear, though. Real good to hear. That's I know. I know Miss Tina. She has quit smoking. She used to smoke quite a bit. Um, I still smoke every now and again. I can't say I quit. Um, just been not so much smoking on the live stream. You know what I mean? I figured. I mean, if I smoke, I might as well smoke while I'm talking to you. If I was going to be smoking while I'm talking to you in person, I don't know. But enough about smoking, I guess. But that's good to hear. I'm glad to hear that, Greg. I mean, I'm sure that's something that you really wanted to achieve, and I'm glad that you've gone through a week so far, and that's great. Hey, if you continue on your journey, which I hope you do, and if you need someone to talk to about anything when that's going on, and maybe you're feeling a little anxiety or something, I mean, you can always holler at me. I'm always around. What's this? Okay, hang tough. I'm catching up with some chat here. I teach survival skills in the woods. I take away all electronics. I've had people quit within a few hours, totally addicted. Yeah, you're right. And that's the thing is, um, you know, as far as a content creator, I mean, I'll have to probably say, I mean, I put this thing down when I can. Miss Mandy probably won't say so, but I'm always looking at things, posting things, different content, whether it be still pictures on Facebook or videos on YouTube. So I'm always on this doing something when it comes to content creation or, keeping the brand straight, things like that. But I'm not playing any type of games on my phone. I never really done that. I never really was into video games much. Even growing up, I mean, I had an Atari that came out. And then, like, when Nintendo came out, like, my parents got one for, like, there was four of us kids. But my younger siblings played it more than I did because I was already up in my teenage years when, the regular Nintendo came out or around about. I didn't play it at all. I mean, and then as I got older, even as an adult, I would play a little bit with my nephews. Miss Tina's son, Elijah, when he was young and things like that. We would play, like the pro wrestling games and things like that. Like, say, on I think it was a PlayStation 2 or something like, I believe. But I never was real heavy into playing any type of video games, even as a kid, I played Pac-Man once or twice or something like that. I never was big on games, period. I didn't like Monopoly. I didn't like board games. I don't like cards all that much either. And I don't know why that is, but that's just the way it is. I'll play cards every now and again. Like, say, we like to play something we call three-deck rummy, where you take 3 decks of cards, and then you have to, there's 10 different hands, and each hand you got to get a certain thing. You got to get a run of so many, and 2 books, which is like 3 of a kind. Things like that. Rook is another game that it's pretty fun, I guess. That's right. Yep, grandbabies need you. You're exactly right. Oh, you still smoke the pipe? Yeah, I know you're a avid pipe smoker, of course. Just asthma was getting bad. Keep that in mind. You will keep that in mind. Yep, no problem. I know you will. Tobacco is hard to stop. Whether it's smoking or yeah, chewing it, chewing tobacco or whatever you want to call it. It is. It can be. You're right. Vaping, I'm not sure. I guess it can help pretty good. At least, you know, help you quit. Maybe I'm not sure. Yep. Be around the grandbabies. Get in the homemade drink. There's Barnaby Sanchez. Good to see you. Good to see you tonight. Mark J. Larson quit chewing tobacco 6 years ago. It was the hardest thing I ever did. Now, what did you do, Mark? Was it snuff? Was it smokeless tobacco? That you just put between your cheek and gum or whatever, or was it like really chewing tobacco in the pouch? I'll tell you what, that chewing tobacco in the pouches and things, like say, there's no Red Man no more. It's I can't remember what it's called. Something Select. Of course, I mean I can understand why they ended up changing that name. Which comes to another thing that has been taken away, and that is I read a story the other day. We'll continue on with some stories that we've read this week, but like the pancake mix brand and syrup brand Aunt Jemima, of course, that character was depicted by an actual person. I didn't know this. You see the pictures you would see on an Aunt Jemima box, and I'm not sure if they're still around or not, that brand, because some of these brands that had to do with, say, racial type stuff, whether it be the Native Americans or African Americans, have been, they're kind of get them things out of, there's no more Washington Redskins now and things like that, which, it's just, that's the way things are. But what I'm trying to say is the lady that depicted that character, and I can't remember her name now, but she had a different name. It wasn't Jemima. But anyway, and she was born a slave back in the day, but she was from Kentucky, and I didn't know this. She was actually from Montgomery County, Mount Sterling, Kentucky. You guys, James and Tina, and anybody else that might be with us tonight that's from here in East Kentucky, know exactly what I'm talking about and where I'm talking about. But I did not know that until the other day. I seen a post about that. I can't remember. Someone shared it, that I'm a friend. A CBD chew? Wow. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess that the effects of CBD, I'm not sure how that works. I know it's not THC or nothing like that. But... Oh, so yeah, I know. Okay. Because when you had your wisdom teeth taken out, Mark J. Larson was talking about, yeah, smokeless tobacco. He quit cold turkey. He had his, so your wisdom teeth was taken out, and they told you probably not to do that. And you weren't probably supposed to use a straw or anything like that. Because I know I've had teeth pulled at times too, and they tell you not to use a straw, not smoke if you smoke, and probably not chew. So that gave you the opportunity to kind of quit because you wasn't allowed to, and it probably wouldn't feel good anyway. And that was how you were able to quit cold turkey. I guess that I might be right. Yeah, I mean, it's whatever someone thinks. I mean, whatever. I mean, the names were always there. I don't know how much complaining there was done by anybody that wanted to gone, but probably enough to where it ended up happening. James Goodpasture said, yeah, they quit chewing cold turkey when a friend at school got lip cancer. You know who I'm talking about? Yeah, I know who you're talking about exactly. After 33 years, you still crave it, right? Yep. Yeah, Miss April, how are you doing? If I missed you earlier, I'm sorry, but hello, Nature's Wild Playground. Another great channel to check out if anybody wants to. That post was in April's group. People took that post in your group the wrong way. Is that what you're saying? And it wasn't meant to be racist. I know that. I know it wasn't. You just wanted to share it because of the history. Yeah, and see that history. I don't know if you missed what I said, but I read that and it let me know that that lady was from right here in Kentucky, and that's something I didn't know. Ah, Miss Tina, here's a good story. It says when she was pregnant, she dropped cigarettes like it was nothing, and I can attest to this because she knew she had a life inside her that would be hurt by it, and we never smoked around them. I changed my shirt and washed my hands. Right. Yeah, the Land of Lakes butter. There you go, Gio. I don't know if it might have started with the Redskins. I mean, they're not Redskins anymore, but I don't know if that's where it started. But I know, like, I don't know if Uncle Ben's rice has it been taken off the market or renamed. I just know, like, Red Man chewing tobacco. That's what made me to think about it. It used to be called Red Man chewing tobacco. Is now called something else, America's Select or something like that. It still has the same green, white, and red label, but it says America's Select or something like that. Chewing tobacco instead of Red Man. Oh, I didn't realize someone took it the wrong way, April. I didn't see any comments or anything. Did you end up taking that down or something? Or is the post still up? Yeah, yeah, it's real cool. I didn't realize that. Did not know that. I can't remember her name. If you can, maybe you can let me know what her actual name was. I can't remember now. I can't remember the first or last name. Oh, I'm sure. Yep. So she has been taken off the bottle. I wasn't sure if that was true either, but or if that was actually known. But the relatives were upset. I'm sure. Oh, okay. Yeah, you deleted it because it caused the issue. Well, that's probably the best. Speaking of that, I've been having to delete a lot of posts over there that to me don't sometimes might not seem fitting, so I just delete them. I don't let them know that I delete them. I'm the admin over there, right? I'm the the creator of the group, founding member, one of the founding members. Miss April, she's a founding member over there as well, even though she has her own group and her own YouTube channel. She still finds time to come over there and moderate and do things over there in Frontier Survival Friends. So I do appreciate that. Dutch Blackfeather, he posts his links over there to his content. Um, Woman Outdoors, I'm not sure if we're connected on Facebook or not, but if you have Facebook and you want to become a member over there, or if, you might already be a member, but if you are, post your content, links to your content from here or wherever it might be, pictures or whatever. Feel free. Frontier Survival Friends is the name of the group. I can't remember. It's hard for me to keep track. I swear it is. I used to, before I was, more gung-ho into this or less gung-ho into what I'm doing now, go ahead and watch everybody's content and be able to watch it, But now it's hard for me to catch up with the day job and different things. So sometimes on a Saturday or Sunday, I try to catch up on people's content. I'll see a notification. I'm getting notifications for them now. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say I'm not getting notifications because I get notifications for most everybody I'm subscribed to. But I'll see that it's dropped and I'll go hit watch later. And then later on, someday I'll go to my watch later list and catch up with people. But it is hard. It is. Another thing that's hard is me continuing to talk to you all, and of course I got stuff to drink here, but I get dried up quick. That's why I don't go more than an hour or so. But sometimes we go a little longer. Has Greg left us? Okay, you gotta go jump in the shower. All right, Greg, brother, no problem. Was working on your boy's truck today. Be back in a bit. All right. We might still be around. We don't do these for very long. I mean, I don't see no need to sit here and talk to you for 6 hours. Maybe one day we might try to host a 4 hour live stream or something like that. We might have time and people will come and go. I mean, that's just how it is if you're live streaming for that long. I mean, for sakes, you'd be crazy to sit there for the whole 4 hours and not get up to use the bathroom or maybe get you a bite to eat. It is hard to do, and especially when you create your own content, Mark J. I mean, and I tell you, someone that I know you follow and subscribe to, and maybe some others in here as well, but that's Mountain Bushcraft Alliance, Roland, and he's been doing some great stuff with some off-grid living and showing that, depicting that in video and pictures and doing some type of I guess it was like an off-grid trapping season, from what I could tell. Like in the old school days, like it was his trapping season. He had a little off-grid place that was close to his trap line, and he check it all the time. I don't know. That was every time I watched something on that, it was very fascinating. And he's from right here in Kentucky as well. Mountain Bushcraft Alliance, Mountain Bushcrafters Alliance, I think it is. So check that out if you can. He's been off grid for a while. Okay, okay. Miss Tina says she sees Mark J everywhere. Well, there you go. There you go. Because sometimes you might not get notified by YouTube, right? So if people message links to you, then boom, you got it right there, and you can watch it when you can. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, guys, we're going to be right back. We're going to continue on with this thing, but I got to get up for a minute, and y'all know what I got to do, but I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back with you. Sorry about that. Yeah, you're right, Dutch. Had to see a man about some water. That's funny. Woman outdoors has got to hit the sack, work at 6 o'clock in the morning. Oh boy, whoo! And you're not a morning person? Well, bye to you, woman outdoors. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for staying for what you could of the intermission. So it has been a good little stream tonight so far. We've been doing talking about a few topics and different things, and don't got a whole lot else more to really discuss myself, other than just continue to appreciate the support that I get right here from all that come into the chat and that watch any of the edited videos that we put out and leave comments or whatever it might be. It's very appreciative, and we can't iterate how much we enjoy doing this. I mean, I don't know, I like to entertain, and if you go watch TikTok, that's where I really entertain, is doing them lip sync videos and things. And sometimes we'll try to do our little hand at singing, like the song we played earlier. It's like, she walked through the corn leading down to the river. Her hair shone like gold in the heartwarming sun. She took all the love that a poor boy could give her and left her to die like a fox on the run. I don't know. But anyway, every now and again, we just like to do that. And we like to put out content. And, we're in the survival, bushcraft, niche, homesteading. You could throw that in there. Off-grid living, wild camping, all that rolled into one. Just being an old hillbilly from Eastern Kentucky who enjoys being in the outdoors. And, that's what we do. Now, when we do these streams, we're not so much in the outdoors. But we still talk about them. So it's still outdoor infused. You know what I mean? There's Boxy Outdoors. Good to see you, Boxy. It's been a little while since you might have joined me in my live chat. I was able to join you in yours last Sunday, which was cool. It's been a little while since I had seen that you were live. Until that night. So I was glad to be able to be there. If anybody in the chat doesn't have Boxy Outdoors, go check Boxy Outdoors out. Just type in Boxy Outdoors and he'll pop right up. There's no need for a moderator to leave links. It's not hard to find them. I mean, if you want to, you can write some of these names down and go back and check them out later. Like a fox on the run. There you go. I'll have to admit, we probably wasn't going to play that song to begin with, but I did like Tom T. Hall. And I like the idea that, he is from East Kentucky, in the area, the Olive Hill area. And that, how we talked about earlier in the show, how US 23 is country music highway because you got people like Loretta Lynn, who is from Paintsville, Kentucky, or Van Leer, Kentucky. Patty Loveless. Y'all remember Patty Loveless? She's from Pikeville, Kentucky. Keith Whitley, the late great Keith Whitley. He's from Sandy Hook, Kentucky. Ricky Skaggs, Louisa, Kentucky. The list goes on and on. A couple of years ago, the winner of American Idol is from Louisa, Kentucky. And his name was Noah Thompson, I think it is. I think he won American Idol last year, actually. So there's a lot of rich music history in East Kentucky. Some of y'all have probably heard of Tyler Childers. He's from Kentucky, and he's doing real well right now. Chris Stapleton, another great singer-songwriter with bluegrass licks and links as well. So I was always a big fan of bluegrass music, even growing up. I always did enjoy listening to it, even though when there was a lot of people my age that thought it was crazy, and they were listening to Guns N' Roses, I was listening to, Ralph Stanley and the Clinch Mountain Boys. Although I like me some Guns N' Roses too. And AC/DC. Yep, Tyler Booth Yeah, Tyler Booth's from Kentucky. Yep, Campton. Yep, you got that right. I'm actually following Tyler Booth, and he follows me over there on TikTok. I like watching his stuff on TikTok. He's pretty funny. You're going to see Frank Faster Saturday night. Well, what about that? Yeah, country music's great. Today's country music's kind of wild. There's some good ones out there though, some different ones. I like that Morgan Wallen pretty good, but some of it, a lot of it's commercialized nowadays. I like the old like Waylon, Willie, Hank, George Jones. And guys, we like country music so well, Mandy and I, that of course we named the chickens. Remember, the names of the chickens. The hens. You got Loretta, Dolly, Tammy, Tanya, and Reba, and then of course the big rooster. That's George, King George Jones. Woo! It's awesome. The chickens are doing good. So there's an update there for you as well. The chickens are still doing good. We'll have content coming your way this spring on the chickens. We kind of been taking that, season by season and showing their growth and the egg production, things like that. I mean, we only got 5 hens, got a rooster, and so we're getting enough eggs for 2 people, most definitely. Oh, guys, it's been a good night tonight. I think we'll go ahead and probably end it here in just a little while. Unless someone's got a question in the chat, anything they might want to throw out there. We will do this one time. We're going to throw the link out there, see if anybody'd like to come up and talk about anything that they got going on. If they got a channel, anything they got to go going on there or in their life or whatever. There's the link. If you'd like to come up on panel, we'll offer that for a few minutes. And talk about anything that anyone might have. Boxy Outdoors is headed to Pittsburgh in September to see Bruce Springsteen. Born in the USA. Hey, I like that too. Born in the USA. Bruce Springsteen was always good. I grew up listening to Bruce Springsteen. I'm not too old, but I'm not too young either, right? Actually, in just a few days. And I think that's actually on a Saturday. The old birthday bash might happen live. March 25th is my birthday. If it's the good Lord's will, and I'll be 49 years old. Debbie said she saw Loretta Lynn at State Fair, North Dakota in 1976. Yeah, 1976, Miss Loretta Lynn. She probably started, I don't know, at least 10 years before that or so. Okay, we got someone that's jumping up on panel here. Let's see, Brother Dutch, Mount Keppard Outdoors. Howdy. Just a second. We can't see you, Dutch. Where are you at? Can you hear me? Hello? Uh-oh. I'm not sure what's happening.
Yeah, I'm here. Something's wrong with the damn camera. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know what's going on.
Are you on your phone?
But anyways, I was going to ask you. I got to know what that hat is in the corner.
Oh, this?
Yeah, that one right there.
Did you ask in chat and I missed it? That's just a hat. That's a mossy oak. It's got a mossy oak emblem there. I got that at the place you don't like to visit.
That's a nice one. That's a nice one.
Yeah. I mean, I've had that a while. I've worn it in some videos, but not too often.
All right, one more quick question, and I'm gonna hop off here because I'm having technicals. But ultimate cage match. Now you can pull from any genre, in the age group, the ultimate cage match, who would it be?
And like pro wrestling, is that what you're talking about? I'm gonna say Bruiser Brody versus The Undertaker.
What? Which Undertaker?
Which Mark Calloway.
All right, I'm gonna say the original Giant, and I'm gonna go with Dwayne Johnson.
Nah. Now you smell what the Johnson's cooking.
The original Giant versus Dwayne.
I got you. That's interesting.
All right, brother. Sorry about the technicals.
Well, that's no problem. No problem. Mick Foley has to be one. Boxy Outdoors said, yeah, I was going to say Mick Foley because he got threw off the Hell in a Cell by The Undertaker back in the day. But, if you watch that documentary on that, Mick Foley asked to The Undertaker, or the man that played The Undertaker, Mark Calloway, he's retired now. He did not want to do that. Didn't want to throw Mick Foley off that Hell in a Cell. But, I guess the show must go on, so he gave into it. I thought Dutch was talking about this hat. And if you see that, it says Easton Made Wood Splitters. I got this at work. Some truck driver gave it to me. Easton Made Wood Splitters. We're not promoting them or nothing, but that's what it says. But yeah, this is my. Oh, look here, I just dropped it off. Lord have mercy. Excuse me, guys. But when you're live, you're always going to have some bloopers. He was talking about my brimmed hat here. Yeah. Yeah, we'll put that on for a second. Yeah. Yeah. See, I've been wearing this every now and again. But, got me old Blackie Thomas look going on, maybe. I don't know what you want to call that. But let's see here. Oh, Russell Spears beat me by 1 year. Or I beat you to 49 years old by 1 year. Yeah, there you go. Oh, Mark J. Larson had to take off. Good to see you. Thanks for being here, Mark. All right, Tina. We see y'all later. Thank you. It's been a good one. Oh, yeah, we wear that hat from time to time. Of course, we got the old coonskin cap that we like to wear every now and again. You all see me wear that. We got different things going on in here. But we figured we'd wear this tonight. Easton Made Wood Splitters going on. Boxy's partial to that coon hat. I know you are. We'll throw it on for old time's sake one time. We'll put it on back on here. There you go. Put it on. Woo! Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Or old Daniel Boone. He used to like to do some things too. Hi there, Huga Homestead joined us. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. It's been a good night, Huga. We're about to ready to end it tonight. We had a good show. We're going to be back next week, guys. We're going to have another good show for you. And just continue to watch out for some great edited content here on the channel. Some shorts, some long-form content, and live videos, all right here on the Frontier Survival channel. All about prepping, survival, homesteading, camping, you name it. If it's outdoor related, we'll try to bring it your way. Guys, we appreciate you. We'll see you next time for more Live on Dynamite. And you all got to have drive to survive.